Hey everybody, I'm Allie Kona Bradford and I'm back again to give you a new red carpet look. Today I decided to give in and do Kim Kardashian. Everybody loves her for her smoky eyes, she's notorious, but I wanted to do just a different variation. She has one look that she does with a nice blue into it, and I think a lot of people are afraid to do blue, so I figured that'd be the perfect look to work on tonight. This is my lovely model, Lika. She's a beautiful dancer, and I'm gonna get started right away. I'm gonna conceal her eyelids, even though she doesn't have super dark circles or anything like that. It's still good to start with a fresh palette, and by that I just mean not having any skin tone showing through because it's going to discolor the makeup. So I am using a synthetic brush, and the reason I'm using synthetic is because it just moves the product around a little bit better. Fluffy brushes are nice, but it's good if you're using a very liquidy type of consistency, whereas this is more of a cream, so I have to use something stiffer. Go ahead and pick up the concealer. We also do underneath the eyes, even though I'm going to end up wiping it all off. There's still going to be some shadow that's going under the eye. And again, I don't want the skin to show through. Going on the other side. You guys may not have a good view of this other side, but I will do a fast forward version on it when I get to that side. So I want to set the concealer with the powder, look up, so that way it's not wet and creasy on her skin. And then I'll go in right away with some eyeshadow base. So an eyeshadow base, if you haven't watched any of my other videos before, go ahead and close your eyes, is a cream texture. It comes in different textures, but this one in particular is a cream texture. It is a paint pot by MAC. It's called Soft Ochre, and what it does is it just gives something for the shadow to stick onto so that way it stays on longer, and then the color will show up more vibrantly. I'm pressing it into her brow. In this particular look, I don't want too much shine under the brow, and this white's nice because it's not super overbearing and strong to where it's going to look like chalk or be really shiny. And all I'm doing is literally pressing the color into her. So my thought shade is going to be a really neutral peach, and you really aren't going to see this color later on, but its only purpose is to put the flesh back into the makeup. So that way when we're blending our dark brown, it'll blend a lot smoother into this white. I'm going in a circular motion back and forth, alternating between pressing and then sweeping my stroke back. So now that I've got that, I am actually going to put my tape on. Okay, so putting my tape down. This time I'm using a blue tape, just for visual purposes so you guys can see it a little bit more. I was using clear before. I think it's a bit harder to see the difference when you do it with a clear tape. So, just for today's purpose, we'll use that one. Now I'm going in with a taupe color. This one does have a bit of a shimmer. It's kind of like a grayish brown is the best way to describe it. And you can see it's getting nice and warm just because of that peach color. For me, I always start with the top and I work my way down with my color because I feel like it blends a little bit nicer. Some people like to go the other way around. I just don't feel like it layers. That's nice. But when you blend it right, it'll look good. It's just a matter of getting comfortable with the colors, which hopefully you're doing by watching these videos. Just getting new ideas and getting inspired. These frost colors are actually really easy to blend. That's why I love them so much. But at the same time, just something to keep in mind. Go ahead and open your eyes. Anything frosty is going to show texture. So if you do have a little bit more of a mature skin or you have very dry lids, close your eyes. It's going to be more challenging to get it to go on and look really smooth. So you might want to stick more to a matte color if that's the case. So this color is called Mystery. It is a matte shadow. Matte on top of frost works really nicely, giving it a little bit more depth and dimension. Layering frost on frost, though it can be a really pretty blend, it's not going to give quite as much depth. So that's why I like to use the two in combination. And what it's doing is it's just pushing back her crease. I always say dark pushes back and light pulls forward. That's how we contour. So the same for eyes, lips, and cheeks. What I'm going to do, you got to get creative sometimes with your eyeshadow base. I'm actually using a body paint. And I'm mixing a white and a blue. Close your eyes. So that way when I put my little icy blue shadow on top, have to layer as many coats of shadow down for it to show up. You want to make sure that this line right here is smooth, because if it's not, then the shadow that goes on top of it isn't going to look smooth either. The shadow's just going to stick to whatever's up over here. And I'm going to press it in. You'll notice I don't like to do that back and forth motion when I'm initially putting the color on, because I feel like it just flies the color everywhere it dusts it out. Go ahead, open your eyes. Great, so now I can see exactly where the color is. I'm going to take it out a little bit, out here. And up just a little bit to soften that brown. Just to highlight it a little bit. Give it a pop. Because Kim is known for this little center highlight. She'll have not a lot of makeup on, but still somehow have a shimmer right in that inner corner. Always. So typically you would see me do a gel liner. I like a gel liner, especially for a beginner, because you can apply a lot of pressure to it and still get a nice, clean, skinny line. Close your eyes. But the beauty of this black liquid is that you can just press it along the lash line and not even drag it, and you'll still get a really nice line. So I start skinny and then I make it bigger, because if you go too big at first, you can't fix it. You can always go skinny and then build it to make it thicker. Alright. So Kim Kardashian also has beautiful eyeliner at all times. The liner I'm doing today is a little bit more elongated than Kim Kardashian's. She cut her short on this look, which is fine. She goes back and forth between both. I'm doing this just to open up Lika's eye a little bit. I always have my clients look down and out the opposite direction of where I'm placing the brush, just to stretch their eyes. Okay. And look at that, clean, perfect line. Then I'll go back and I'll add my black liner to the bottom. So pressing the color, then I'll go back and kind of swish it around a little bit. Straight ahead. So now I got it placed on. What you're gonna wanna do is blend it out with a clean brush. If you use the brush you just used to place all that brown on, it's gonna just keep putting more brown on. And then all of a sudden you'll realize that you have brown down here. That's not what you're going for. So clean brush is always best. And then after that, what I'm going to do is add some white onto the inside of her eye waterline. What that does is it opens up the eye a little bit. It's like an extension of the whites of your eyes. That's why people do it all the time. The tricky thing with white though is you have to do eyeliner below it. If you don't, well, you don't have to, put it that way. But if you don't, it has a tendency to make the eyes look a bit smaller. And again, my eyeliner is definitely different than Kim's because hers is not extended out. Sometimes the makeup you do alter it just to adjust to your eye shape, which is really important because not everybody has the same shape eyes. Doesn't necessarily mean that you can't wear the same makeup as somebody else, it just means you have to make adjustments. And the trick to getting this white to stay is to add a little bit of eyeshadow on top of it, which sounds a little bit weird, but it works. And I'm literally just pulling down her eye and pressing the white shadow into it. And then mascara to complete the look. We'll also throw on false eyelashes as well. So we're just wiggling the lash, wiggling the wand through the lash. So the trick to these guys is let the glue dry a little bit. If you put it on while the glue is wet, the lash will slip and slide everywhere. It's a lot more difficult. It's tacky, you just stick it right on and it stays. Go ahead and look down at the brown. For me, I start on the outside, let it stick real good, and then I pull it taut to the inner corner. Okay, so I got the lash on. We had a little bit of a watering issue. It's all good, it happens. We can always go back and fix the liner. Right now I'm gonna go into her brows in the meantime while her eyes take a break. I'm doing short strokes with a pencil. I like pencils, and I'm giving her a nice arch, but I'm also filling in underneath her brow so that way it matches the thickness of this center part of her brow. I feel like the trend is going in more that direction. For a little while, it was all about having a really structured, thin brow. We're getting back into the thick brow. To make it more natural, I'm gonna take a brush and just comb the pencil through, so that way it doesn't look so jammed on. I got this eye done. I'm gonna speed through the second eye so that way you guys can at least see what everything looks like done, and you can still see the process one more time, but don't have to sit through the explanation.
I'm loving you more than words can say. Feeling for you. Together with you, I'm riding away. Dreaming of you. I'm loving you more than words can say. Feeling for you. Together with you, I'm riding away.
Okay, so we just finished Lika's Kim Kardashian look. As you can see, it was quick, it was easy. We did a little bit of contouring, and I fast-forwarded through that, but it's okay because I do have a contouring video out. It's with myself and Jason. He's a male contour, obviously, but ladies, you can use the same exact tips and tricks Or you can watch my Marilyn Monroe tutorial with Marisol. It breaks it down step by step on how to do it. If you have any questions or you want to leave me comments, feel free to do so. You can find me on Twitter at KissMyPassport or on Facebook and Tumblr under Alicona Bradford. Thanks for watching and have a good night. Bye.